Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III and the Royal Court expansion. So we're having a video here on Wednesday since we didn't have one on Tuesday. However, this will be a shorter episode simply because I still have to record the Hearts of Iron 4 video for Wednesday, and I also have to go to the gym after I finish my recordings today. So we're aiming at maybe like 30 something minutes, and then we will have our usual Thursday episode as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop on into it. The first thing we need to do is hand out this title, which I could have done this last episode because if you recall, I said I was going to give it to this guy, this count, who we're attempting to make into a more powerful vassal who is very, very loyal to us. So yeah, we're just going to go and grant this title to him, and that'll increase his opinion even further and make it more likely that he might become a powerful vassal, though probably not. We have all these dukes here. Though I think we might have a count somewhere, Daniel's account. He only has 2 counties. In fact, he's not a powerful vassal though, so I think we have a child who's a powerful vassal right now. But here's a count as well, but I think he only has 1 title. That's interesting. Not entirely sure why he's one of our powerful vassals. He has 3, so that makes sense. But yeah, we could potentially end up seeing him as a powerful vassal, and then we could put him as our spy master. He'd be a great spy master with how much he likes us and with his very high intrigue. So I suppose it is possible that he becomes a powerful vassal. We also need to increase opinion with somebody, get it the swaying going, because we're only currently doing the hostile scheme, which again is our attempt to assassinate our brother and thus inherit all of his titles. Some people were concerned that if we didn't help with his war, with the 2 wars that he has going on here, which are both rebellions, I believe, then he could potentially lose titles. But as of right now, he's winning both of them, and does look like he's going to easily win them both. Now this is also counting our allies. But you can see his 5,300 men does outnumber their total troops, so I don't think it's going to be an issue, guys. I don't think we're going to sway any of these guys. Let's sway the one powerful noble, who's also, I think, perhaps our second most powerful noble now. Second only to that character. I don't know, this guy's pretty powerful as well if we're just looking at number of counties. But yeah, we're going to go and sway him since he's not on the council, and you can see he doesn't really like us. Now, we can also increase our crown authority if we so desired. That would cause some opinion with the vassal. Yeah, all of our direct vassals would lose 20 more opinion than what they're currently already losing. So that could cause some issues with factions, especially because we haven't been on the throne for that long. But we would get a lot more, levy contribution and a lot more taxes from our vassals. So that'd be helpful. Also, it allows you to designate an heir. Though we kind of do that on our own, since it doesn't stop for other characters from inheriting. So it is something we can do, but I think we should probably wait until we get some modifiers to our vassal opinion from ruling a little bit longer. Another thing we need to do here is start the education of Judas when it comes to the languages. We want him to learn the High German. He is now old enough to do so. So let's go and have him study her language. And we cannot do anything with Samber, remember, because he is not, under our direct control, even though he is currently our ward. It's just unfortunate that we can't do anything there. And that's one reason why I'm kind of a little bit opposed to having him be our next character. Simply, he's not going to know High German. We're going to get a lot of penalties from that. But yeah, we can go ahead and do his brothers, though he's not old enough just yet. He's going to have to be 6, so 1 more year. But we can educate them, so we'll do that. Now, I think that's all we needed to do, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's it. One thing I did want to address here. Wow, a bunch of stuff just happened. Alright, so one of these enemies left the war because he died. Because remember, we are involved in these conflicts, we're just not helping out. And it looks like this has to do with where he's being, finding secrets. Okay, we have him up here in our brother's court. Got it. Alright, so we might want to blackmail this character. Yeah, is that the one he found the secret on? Yes, this count here. Alright, so yeah, we'll go ahead and blackmail him. And I don't know if we will invite him to the scheme. I suppose we could invite him. That would result in us having to use that weak hook, which is not really necessary. But, again, one advantage of getting more agents is that we do this quicker. So I suppose we could do it. Let me just see if he's in here. Yeah, that's him right there. He would help out a little bit. That might shave off a month or something. I guess the problem here is that these are all about to be our vassals. And again, it's not really necessary. I think we're going to keep it as is for now. We won't use the hook for that. I don't think that's the best use of it. Especially, you know, just considering the fact that he would, I believe, yeah, he would become our vassal when our brother dies. I don't think that's necessary. We'll just keep a hold of it for now. So the one thing I wanted to address, this is why I don't bother trying to talk whenever I have the game playing, because things are always popping up. Looks like we just finished construction of high tents over here. Okay, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. I think we have another county that we could be using that money to build in. And then we got an event about Samber. So is this his last trait, Raffle? Yeah, it's Raffle. We could go with Forgiving or Fickle if we wanted to get a bit of stress. Just feels like all of our characters are kind of the same in a sense. But yeah, I guess we'll have him be Raffle, though he is supposed to have a learning education, which that reduces his learning. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what we want to do, because I don't know if that will impact him going to the church. It might be better to instead have him have a forgiving personality, since that is what we're attempting to do here, is have him go to the church. Though again, he might not be even willing to do that. And that's if we can even get him into the court, which is another thing we'll have to do in order to force him into the church. We'll make him forgiving with the intention of not making him our heir. It would not be good having a character that's forgiving, which is why I'm a little bit, I guess I'm a little bit fickle on this one here. Because yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to play as him or not. But I feel like if we're forgiving, then we definitely won't want to play as him. Yeah, we'll do it. Just with that intention of attempting to get him into the church. We'll see how well that works out. That does mean that our stress is getting a little bit higher. So you know what? Let's go ahead and do something here. We could call a hunt. Could also host a feast. I think the hunt would generate or reduce our stress by quite a bit more. Though, we don't actually need to do it just yet. We could wait for that to get a little bit higher. Why not? Yeah, we'll let it get a little bit higher. Instead, we'll do some construction here. We have 2 locations that we can do some upgrades on. And I think we're going to go with the money. Yeah, let's go with the logging camp upgrade here. It'll also reduce the construction time for future buildings. And then over here, we're probably just going to go with the next on the farms and fields, the hamlets. All right, excellent. So still got a little bit of money, but I don't think we have anything else to build in this area. And again, I'm going to focus on this area for now, since I don't know if we're going to be keeping all this here. Maybe. You know, I think we might do another war here. We'll wait until the assassination is done. Yeah, we'll finish that, but I think we might end up going to war up here to continue to expand our lands. And this is in regards to something that's been brought up quite a bit. I've been meaning to address for a couple episodes now, but I haven't. People have been asking about the, us becoming an empire. Obviously, with this inheritance here, we'll have 2 kingdoms, and then over here, we're getting another 3rd kingdom, maybe even 4 if we can solve all the issues with our sons. Which again, we can't just disinherit them because they would still inherit over here. That only disinherits them from our own dynasty's inheritance. So we'd have to get them all into the church, or they'd have to, not be alive anymore. Which another thing I don't think a lot of people know is that you can't assassinate your children. So you can see that is not an option. So some people were like, oh, why don't we just kill all of our children? You cannot kill your children. I think that's why, to keep you from exploiting that. Now I want to say if you have certain traits, you might be able to assassinate your children. But yeah, we are not able to do that, guys. So we would have to, they either die through other means, or we get them into the church. Otherwise, we're going to lose one of these kingdoms over here. But that would get us the 3 kingdoms that we need to form an empire through the generic decision. Though you do have to have the higher fame level to do that, and a few other things as well. Or you can just create an existing empire title here if you have enough counties in the area. Now, as you can see, we do not. We need 66 of the 82 there. We currently have 58. But with this inheritance, that might be enough. I didn't count them up. We'll be pretty close. But if we're not, we just take over a little bit more territory, and I think we'll be there. Now, of course, the issue is that we don't have the 2 kingdom titles, because you need 2 to do this one, but we're about to inherit another one. So that'll be fixed as well. And then the only thing blocking us would be the money. So yeah, that would be a possibility, guys. Get us a imperial title. That would be the only way that we can not lose a lot of territory when the inheritance happens, with the exception, of course, if you get rid of all your children, with the exception of the heir. Because, of course, that will solve the problem, too. Alright, so this character here is about to leave. I don't remember. Okay, so he's the Kingdom of Bohemia. So we could promise to press his claim. And this would really, again, only work as far as, like, keeping him under us, trying to make Bohemia under us. Again, I'm not sure if this is how it would work, but if it did, it would only work if we were an emperor. I can promise him, but yeah, I don't know that we'll actually do it. But let's do that. We'll promise him for now. Now, we actually do have already, like, marriages into this, into this here kingdom, and also he's, pretty powerful because he has the Kingdom of Jerusalem as well. So I don't know that we necessarily want to take them out. Are they gonna? Well, actually, the heir is gonna be one of his brothers over here, and he's set to inherit both of those kingdoms. That's interesting. And it's kind of difficult because of their system of inheritance here to really, really set anything up there. So yeah, I'm not sure what we want to do here. We'll just do this for now, and we'll promise them. Maybe we don't keep the promise. The Great Survey. So our steward has come up with a bold idea of assessing all property in our realm in a single giant survey, creating a definitive record of my holdings. By compiling this knowledge, I would gain better oversight in administrative matters as well as tax collection, though the initial investment would not be cheap. Of course not. So we can say I would know every acre, serf, and head of livestock. It's going to cost 405 gold, and we might gain a stewardship lifestyle perk. And then in a few months, we'll get the increased control, and we'll get proportionately higher holding taxes for 5 years. We can say a summary of my holdings will be sufficient. So I think this just means it's going to be a lower quality, but at the same time, a lot of things affect the quality. I think there might be some events with it. So I might be able to increase it that way as well. That is pretty expensive. We don't have the money for that. That'll put us in debt. So we're just going to go with the 205 one. I think that's better. Could also get the opinion increase, but yeah, this would be nice to have. We're trying to increase development. If you're wondering why I'm so keen on having our steward currently work on development, it's not just for the bonuses you get here, which are great. More levies, more taxes, more supply limits. I suppose that's helpful too if you end up fighting in your own territory. And of course, it bleeds through. Goes over to all the neighboring counties. So just doing one county will affect all the others. But that's not the only reason. It's not just for the money and taxes, guys. One of the biggest benefits for the development is when you're trying to research the innovations. We are incredibly slow at researching innovations. We're moving at a very, very slow pace, guys. And a big part of that is because the current development of Polish counties is quite low. That's what determines, or one of the things that determines how fast you're able to do that. We did increase control over here, by the way, so we need to set up the marshal to do it over here. But yeah, you definitely want to get the development simply so you can get through the innovations faster, and they need to be in Polish provinces, by the way. It's only the Polish provinces because all the technology is culture based in this game. We don't have any money. I was going to build something, though we might already be building in all those. So this is the Great Survey event. Our marshal is concerned that my assessors will be a prime target for bandits and thieves. Even an incomplete survey could give criminals valuable information about potential targets they could attack. In order to keep my subjects safe, he recommends sending an armed guard with each assessor. So we can say my law is sufficient protection for my subjects, gaining us prestige, but they might be attacked. We can instead say organize a militia to guard my assessors. It's a martial challenge, so we have a 60% chance of being successful here, 40% chance that we would not. This is based on, it's only in counties with low control, so that's something to consider as well. Or you can send a knight with each group of assessors, which would be quite expensive. I mean, I guess we could do this one. I mean, that gets you 75 prestige, but that's not that much. And if we fail in this, then you're already gonna have that happen with going to this option. And we have a 60% chance of success, so we'll go with that. And yeah, they're protected, so it worked out well. All right, excellent. And we found another secret over here. What is this about? Okay, so So he wants to be excluded, I think. I've been faithfully paying my dues to the crown each year, yet just the other day your tax assessor showed up on my doorstep demanding to inspect my holdings. Do you trust me so little that you must send men to invade my privacy? So we can say, of course I trust you. My men shall depart post haste. The survey will decline in quality. We'll exclude them from the assessments, but we'll get some opinion increase with them. We can instead say, I know what my lands contain, no exceptions, or I will know. And I think that's the route we're going to go. Despite the fact that we're trying to currently increase his opinion, yeah, we wanted to increase in quality. He's not going to make this demand of us. So we did find another secret. This character here. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and... we don't want to do any of those. We're going to blackmail him. He's a non-believer. 60% chance that he'll turn us down here. Or 60% chance he'll accept. We have a dangerous faction popping up here. It's the Liberty faction. Okay, apparently we might have a faction rebellion. Yeah, that's a real possibility here. Okay. Well, as far as what we're going to do with that, we could just get one of these characters out. Oh, here's the problem. We got two powerful vassals unhappy because they don't have positions on our court. But even then, you see this guy. He's a powerful vassal with a position on the court, and you know, he's the steward, and he's still in the faction. The opinion's just not high enough here. This would be a massive rebellion. It's our two most powerful vassals. I mean, you have this guy as well. I don't know how they compare just as far as numbers go. If you're just looking at simple levies, then he's clearly the most powerful, while he'd be the second, he'd be the third. Obviously, levies is just one factor to consider, though. But yeah, this character here, I think he just came of age, so we haven't even been given an opportunity to put him on our court just yet. So that's something to look at, but that might not stop him here. Now, we could just try and get an alliance with somebody through a marriage. That would be a possibility as well. We have characters to marry. Here's the problem, though. I don't know who's going to be our heir yet, and if we're trying to get people into the church, that's not going to work out well if you go arrange a marriages for them. But with the daughter, well, that's a different story. So we could arrange a marriage with our daughter for one of our powerful vassals. Now, normally I wouldn't want to do that with our only daughter, but at the same time, I don't really want any further alliances out here that we're going to get pulled into wars. Not really interested in doing that. I feel like we're absolutely fine when it comes to alliances. I don't want any more. So I think that would be the best use, is to try and get an alliance with a powerful faction member and thus get them out of any potential factions. And he does not have a wife yet. So that would be a possibility. You also have some young sons here. And that ensures that you have marriages, have alliance not with just that character, but also with the next character. So you could do like a marriage with him. That's a possibility. I feel like this guy's going to have to be dealt with eventually. So we might just want him to rebel so you can deal with him. He is powerful, though. A lot of troops here. So that is an issue. Yeah, I think this would be the guy that you'd want to, but then, well, you know what? Actually, I kind of want him to rebel, too, because I really want to take his territory. Yeah, I kind of want all these guys to rebel on me, honestly. You got this guy as well. You could potentially, he's got a very good stewardship, so we kind of want to keep him on our council. What about his son? How's his son looking? Okay. He's an interesting character. I don't know that I really want to give my daughter to him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Could just do it with his younger brother. And yeah, I don't think any of these other characters we're all that worried about. They just have one county. So yeah, I think what we'd want to do here, guys, is instead do it one of these two. Now, I wonder how long this guy... Okay, he's not joining factions for a long time. He's forbidden to join a faction until 1127, so no issues there. Of course, we're allies with our brothers, so we don't have to worry about them at all. Okay, so yeah, I think it would be one of these two then. And I guess, man, I kind of want both of their titles. So I guess it makes sense to do it with him for now. He might not even agree. That's a possibility as well. So let's just see if he's even willing to agree. And this will be with him. He is willing to accept. You can't get a matrilineal marriage, of course. Yeah, this would create an alliance with our most powerful vassal. It does make a lot of sense, guys. And just save him for a problem to be dealt with later. I think that's really the best way to do it. Just making him more powerful too, though, because his dynasty, his whoever they have children with, they will get claims to our titles. So it's creating a future problem. But you know what? I think this is the best way to do this, guys. And instead, maybe try and get this guy here dealt with. Like, let him rebel, if that's what he so desires. He's brave and deceitful, so he's going to be difficult to intimidate or deal with in other matters anyways. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. So let's go and send off that proposal, and that will drastically reduce their power. They might not even be able to rebel, actually. I don't think they'll have enough numbers. While traveling through one of our counties, a group of bandits attacked our assessors. Thankfully, the soldiers I had guarding my assessors were able to dispatch the robbers. So because of that, we didn't have any issues, and thus the control actually increased in that county, which is over here, one of our newly gained counties. We don't directly manage it, but yeah, we'll take that. It'll help him out. You can see that his levy numbers already increased there. And he did agree, thus we have an alliance, and he is no longer in that faction. And thus you can see that, well, it looks like they still do have the power, but it hasn't pulled him out yet either. There we go. Alright, so that completely disbanded. Maybe because he was the faction leader. I assume that's what happened there. So no more powerful vassals here, but I do expect they'll get recreated, which it did. And he's now the leader. It's sad that he's rebelling against us. I think we're going to change up what we're doing here. Now, they're not powerful enough to rebel here, but again, I kind of want them to. So I think what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to go and let this go one more time on attempting to sway the Duke, because, you know, he might not rebel against us. There's a real possibility he won't be able to, due to just not having the strength to do so. You know, not having enough, you know, levies to do so, now that they lost the Duke over here. So we'll attempt to sway him, but I think then we're going to move to somebody else, because I actually do kind of want him to rebel. I think that would be the best option for us, if he did rebel. So yeah, we'll see what happens there, guys. The Great Survey, we got another event here. Mayor Christina tells me traveling merchants have been complaining about my assessors in one of our counties. The traveling merchants seem to think it is unfair to have their wares assessed when they are not residents of the Kingdom of Poland, and several are threatening to leave and never return. So we can say everyone will be surveyed, residents or not. That'll increase the quality of the survey, but will hurt this county, reducing the taxes and development growth. We can instead say the merchants make a good point. Survey will decline in quality, but that county will get increased development growth. Or we say they can pay me. The survey is still going to decline in quality, but we'll get some money. Yeah, I feel like one penalty in one county is not worth a decline in the quality, so we're going to go with this one. Everyone is going to be surveyed, residents or not. I do want to see how he's doing on his wars. He's doing great so far, so it looks like he should win both of those. And this is the assassination here. So this is the big moment here, the assassination of our brother. You know, we were hoping that we could have inherited all his titles. However, unfortunately, he did have a son, just had him in December. So we just missed it. It would figure that he would have a son here. So now we're going to have to assassinate him. And that's if we're successful here and not discovered and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how this goes. Very unfortunate result here, though, him having the son at the last moment. But we expected it could have happened, that it was a potential possibility. So yeah, let's go ahead and attempt the assassination. The poison did its job. King Casimir is no more. It also seems that none of my agents are under suspicion, which means no one can trace the poison back to me. So we're successful, but again, we don't actually inherit these titles because his son does, which means he could potentially lose this war because he doesn't have the army. The baby here doesn't have the army. He doesn't have his father, who is a really good commander. He's not leading the troops. I assume he was leading the troops himself. So yeah, that's a problem. We are going to have to raise up our troops and help him out. We no longer have the alliance there. Or you know what, we might still have the alliance. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, we're still in the war, of course. We can't find secrets there because his court moved. Okay, So a few things we got to do here. So first of all, let's go ahead and do the find secrets here. Well, let me, before I do that, let's see what our attempt on assassinating him is. So 95% chance of both secrecy and success. Okay, we're still going to go ahead and find secrets though. 9 agents, that's why we were so successful there. A lot of people don't like the new baby apparently. Don't think that he should rule. But yeah, we're still going to find secrets here, guys. And that is because if we were to instead switch them over to support schemes, that doesn't really help us that much besides reducing the time it takes to do the assassination, which, you know, 13 months is not that long away anyways. So we could reduce it by a couple months, of course. It'd be helpful, I suppose. But we're already 95% here, while the secrets, if we find those are going to be used for other things. You know, we could, you know, just make money from them. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll do the find secrets again, and we're going to have to join this war to make sure he wins, because I don't know that he would. He might, but I want to make sure he does. So yeah, we'll actually help out, which is unfortunate, because I didn't really want to use our money for this. But I really don't want him to lose this conflict now. And again, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go down. So let's just go ahead and help. We don't have to bring all our troops, of course. That's not necessary. Let's bring a few, just enough to help. And it looks like the Great Survey is done. After many long months surveying my lands, it is done. My assessors have compiled an accurate estimation of my holdings, and this will ensure my tax collectors do not miss anything important when tallying what I'm owed. Beaming with pride, my steward asked where we should store the records now that they are complete. So we can say restrict access to only my tax collectors. We'll get a stewardship lifestyle perk, which we'll get that in both these cases. And we'll get a modifier here, hoarding assessment records, which will increase our own stewardship and intrigue. And then here's the things that have already happened. This will be the case in both of these. Control has increased by 15 across the entire kingdom. And we got a high quality assessment, which is plus 7%. So that's not too shabby. And that's in all of our counties for 5 years. That's very nice. That'll really help out when it comes to the money. So yeah, we couldn't go with this one to get the intrigue and the stewardship. We're going to go with this option here. And we'd instead get distributed assessment records for 5 years. That would increase development growth. And this would also affect the count, since everybody knows what a good job he did. He's going to get prestige and will increase his opinion, which I can see that being pretty useful. We're trying to increase opinion with our steward anyways. See, I can see doing that. And then, you know, while the stewardship and intrigue would be great, I feel like this would be incredibly helpful. Increased development across the entire kingdom. We were just talking about how the development affects our technology. So yeah, that'd be great. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the distribute the records amongst the public. So we did get a stewardship perk available as well. And we're going to do probably the fearful troops. That could really help us out now that we're raising up our army. So yeah, let's go and do that. That should save us a lot of money. Yeah, looks like it saved us a little bit already, and we haven't even raised these guys up just yet. So yeah, we're going to get these guys assembled. Looks like we're losing some agents in that scheme, so we'll need to take a look at that, make sure it should be pretty good. We had like 9 agents or something like that. So do we want this guy to be the commander? I mean, he does have the highest advantage, but what about his bonuses? He's a forest fighter. Okay. Yeah, rough terrain expert. We'll go with him. Although he hates us. Why does he hate us so much? Oh, probably a different faith here, and also we forcibly recruited him. Okay, so that's one of the guys that we had arrested before. All right, yeah, let's just go and give him command of our entire army. That makes sense. So let's go and pull out some levies. I don't think we need this many men. I don't know how many we need. I mean, he might have been able to win this on his own. I was just worried that he wouldn't, because you never know what could happen. And they are going after his capital. Well, he could get captured. He's a baby, so he can't be out leading the troops, and babies are more likely to get captured. So in 4 months, that'd be over, and they could capture him. I didn't even think about that. So that's another reason why to join. So yeah, let's just go in and put together a small army, just enough to defeat that army over there. Maybe 4,000. I mean, that's plenty enough. That's going to save us a lot of money as well. And I don't know how much will help in the conflict outside of doing this battle. Yeah, we definitely want to do that battle there. Although, you know what? He'll probably start taking off the moment he sees us coming. So maybe not clicking right on there. Might make it more likely that he sticks around for longer. We are still set to inherit all these titles, right? Yeah. Okay. So we'll attempt an attack over here. I don't know if there's a river right there. It looks like there is. I didn't see that, though. Yeah, we're not going to get the river penalty. Does he have the forder? No, he doesn't. It's just the river's not there. They're trying to take off, but they're not going to make it. He got a nose for profit event. While out on a leisurely stroll, the cry of a particular merchant stands out from the regular hustle and bustle of the street. Greetings, my lord. I have an exquisite assortment of wares if my lord has the coin. My companion, Matskoi, stops dead in his tracks, head cocked, and intently staring at something in the merchant's stall. He leans in and confides with a hushed voice, "That bauble over there. It is the spitting image of a piece from the ceremonious reliquary. It could be wise to acquire such a trinket." So we can say this one should be a steal. 37% chance that we get 100 stewardship lifestyle experience points. 41% chance that we're going to lose 45 gold. What are we able to convince her to give it to us for free? I assume so. 20% chance that we're going to pay the full cost of 225 because the merchant outwits us. We can instead say, I believe this piece will be the more lucrative choice. 60% chance. Okay, so this is not. That's because of our stewardship skill. Oh, okay, I see. This is which trinket we're going for. Got it. So this is for the cheap trinket. This is for an expensive trinket. That's for the suggested trinket, or we say, let us move on. Got it. Okay. So with this one, you're getting the expensive one, 60% chance for 45 gold. Even if you fail, it's only going to be 115. That's ridiculous. So you're going to get the cheap trinket for 225. Wow. But yeah, it's 40% chance that this will happen rather than the 20% here. You say your word sounds wise to me, and doing this is a 44% chance of the best option. Total 88% chance of a very good option, though. So yeah, I think that's probably the best one. Only 10% chance that we spend a lot of gold. So I think this is, yeah, we're going to take his advice. I'm a little surprised that we don't get an opinion boost with him, though. I guess that'd be too much. And we failed. Wow. All right, so such a low chance, and we actually failed, spending 115 gold. But we did become the owner of this small bell beaker, increasing our prestige. Okay, that's disappointing. So yeah, we did fail. I mean, we'll make use of it, increase our prestige per month, but yeah, definitely not worth the 115 gold. But again, we got ripped off, so is what it is. So that battle happened. Also, we were able to sway this guy over here. Again, we're going to stop swaying him and instead sway somebody else. We could work on him. You know, we can always break off the betrothal too, if we just want to keep him in an alliance long enough, you know, to avoid the potential faction problems. And then you could just break it off if you wanted to. He's going down the temptation focus as well. Interesting. Yeah, I just don't feel like he's a good man for our daughter. But anyways, we could do that if we wanted to. Yeah, we could increase the opinion with him. That would be an option. Let's take a look at our people here. Might do the steward. That makes sense. Yeah, I really don't want him rebelling against us. I think he was in that faction last time we looked. So we'll go ahead and sway him. 90% chance of success here. Again, that faction is probably too weak right now to do anything. So we achieved a victory there. We lost 312 of our men. They lost 1,077. Increased the war score to the point we're now able to win the conflict. Just looking at how our knights did. And then looking at the events here. Okay, that's interesting. I thought we had one of our brothers here. Oh, there he is. That's Daniel. Okay. He's still serving as knight. He's just not very notable, apparently. We'll take a look at him real quick. Where is he at? He's somewhere around here. He's not that guy, clearly. Right here, maybe? Nope, that's the wrong one. I know I put him over here somewhere, though. Is he this one? There he is. There's our brother. So he's only 11. Okay. I was thinking he was a bit higher. But yeah, he's not. But I guess he didn't go on crusades or anything like that. So I suppose it makes sense. So with that battle won, I suppose we don't really need to help out anymore. I guess we'll just march over this way. Could chase him as well, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't think we'll catch anybody. And again, it's irrelevant because the war is over. The scheme was discovered, and yet, still, we have so many agents that's still 95% chance of success here. So it's not a problem. not a problem. Alright, so that's good. So we don't even have to worry about that, because it was a concern. Yeah, we're not going to catch that guy, obviously, because they had that faster speed. I suppose we should all go and disband. Yeah, get rid of the troops. Have to do it in our own territory here. Solitude in the Great Hall. Judas seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He slipped underneath one of the tables and there hid from the people for the entire meal. So this is for the shy trait. Alright. We instead make him impatient, which isn't a great trait either, but not quite as bad, I think, as shy. Shy is kind of devastating if you play as this character. Kind of gives us a reason not want to play as Judas. I mean, we already have some good reasons anyways. But you can see here it's going to increase the learning, decrease your diplomacy, personal scheme powers reduced, but hostile scheme resistance is up. He learns languages faster. The impatient one, yeah. I just don't know that it's worth the stress. What do we have him working on? Diplomacy. Yeah, that's a horrible thing for a diplomat. You know, I guess we're going to go with it, guys. We'll go with the impatient over the shy. We'll just take the stress. It's not like we don't have means to get rid of stress. Stress is getting high, though, so we're going to need to take care of that now. Well, we don't have any money. We're going to call Hunt. Well, clearly, we're going to have to wait a little while until we have some money. Once we disband these troops, though, we should start earning good chunks of money again. Yeah, let's go and get these guys out of there. And then we'll disband them. And the war's over. Alright, awesome. So our brother, or excuse me, I said our brother here. Our brother's son, our nephew, was successful in the conflict, which was all we really wanted. Suppose you don't have to have him do this anymore. So let's go and disband all our troops. And one of those secrets was exposed. Okay, so we don't have that hook on them anymore. Yeah, back up to 24.6 gold here. You just look at our payments here. Again, he's going to be a vassal soon, so might want to do something else with that. That is 50 gold, though. That is nice to have, I suppose. Over here, this is a strong hook. Okay, but he's way over here. I'm not sure where we got this from. But yeah, that's clearly a better option to just demand the payment. Maybe inherited something over there. So yeah, we'll just do that and get the money. Glad I looked at that. And then, of course, we got the king, which we're about to kill, so it makes sense to also demand the payment from him, too. Alright, so get a little bit of money here so that we can go on a hunt. Reduce our stress by 72. Alright, so just like that, no longer have any stress issues. Also, it looks like we just lost a hook, but, you know, I think we probably checked that before. A lot of agents are leaving the scheme. One of them we have a hook on, though, so we could probably get them back in, but, yeah, the success chance has decreased. That's a problem. Yeah, we can get him back in, so that's what we'll do. Force him back into the scheme. We want to make sure we have the full 95% here if we can. So yeah, let's go and use the hook, force him in. That's it. I don't know if it'll be high enough to get it up to the 95%. I guess we'll see. So this is the White Wolf hunting event. I'm riding ahead of the group as the farmland suddenly grows still around me. The silence is almost palpable. I struggle to hear even the noise of the horse's hoofs. Just as I'm about to turn back to find the others, I glimpse it ahead of me, blurry as in a dream, a wolf as white as snow. So we say, like something from a tale, I must have it. Or it is just a wolf, I will hunt others. And we'll have focused attention for 5 years, increasing our stewardship and our prowess. I mean, that'd be nice to have. But getting a white wolf would be nice to have too, so I think we're going to go after the hunt. Why not? Again, this is a nice safe bonus here. Yeah, let's do this one, guys. It's funner. I don't remember what this event chain leads to either. I know we've had it before. So that agent didn't join, so we can go ahead and take a look. We're back at 95%. Excellent. But yeah, if anybody leaves, then it drops. So hopefully we can get this done. It almost makes me want to go ahead. Let me see what he's currently doing. He's almost done. We'll let him finish the secret. And then I think what we're going to do is move him over to support the scheme. Just to make sure that that goes off without a hitch. And try and get it done before some other problems happen. 8 more months before it's finished up. So I follow the White Wolf onto the farmlands. An almost unnatural silence hangs heavy over us. And the sudden sound of voice startles me. My lord, there you are. I turn around to see the rest of my party having caught up to me. As I look back, the wolf is gone. Ah, damn. So we say it might have gotten away this time, or you can say I scouted ahead, yes, and increase opinion with everybody on the hunt. Yeah, I think we're going to get all obsessed with this. I will not run no rest until I find it. So we're going to go with that one. But unfortunately, that is going to have to be the end of the episode. I was hoping that we could get, this done here, but yeah, who knows what all could pop up in that time, those 8 months. So yeah, we'll just have to continue that next episode and see if we can finally inherit all this. Because again, this will have to be a slightly shorter episode. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next episode, which remember will be tomorrow on Thursday as usual. So I'll see you then, and thanks for watching.